What's up, everyone? Today we are cleaning this completely thrashed BMW. I wanted to see how good the Super Soaper works, not only in direct sun, but I also wanted to demonstrate how sometimes there are just bonded dirt and contaminants that are on the paint that will make it so you do need a contact wash. But I thought this would be a perfect experiment. It's a black car, it's super thrashed, I'm in the sun. I want to see how well the Super Soaper actually does in cleaning this, and through that I'm going to show you a couple tips and tricks of how to ensure that you get the best, safest wash possible. So that's what we're going to do on this BMW today. When I talk about touchless washing too, that it does include the rims. I am going to use the Pure Magic cleaner on the rims, and it makes for a completely touch-free experience. So I'm going to go ahead and pre-treat the rims. And you could actually add a little bit. I'm not gonna do it in this video, but one of my favorite things to do if you do have a car that is this dirty, one of my favorite things to do is actually add a few drops or a few ounces, not drops, of Pure Magic cleaner into my foam cannon. And I actually have a decon package, or decon bundle, sorry, on my website where I throw everything together, and that really helps to get the best touch-free, cleanest option available. But man, look at the dirt on this car. It's so jam-packed. And this guy said, it's actually a neighbor of mine here at the shop, and he said this is just his commuter car, his daily, doesn't really care about it, doesn't really care if it's clean or not. And I said, man, please let me clean it. I want to see how well the Super Soaper could do. So what I've been doing a lot lately, and what I'm going to actually do on this car too, is I'm going to do a double foam, but I'm still only going to use one foam cannon. So sometimes when I tell people, hey, you don't have to use the whole foam cannon for one car wash, they don't quite understand that. Or what do I do with the residue that's left in the foam cannon? And so what I've been doing, honestly, is doing a double foam. So the first foam kind of acts as a pre-soak. I know those of you in the UK and across the pond are big fans of pre-soaking, and us in the US don't tend to do that much. But I am going to use my first foam as kind of a pre-soak. But again, 4 ounces of the Super Soaper, dry car, direct sun. The guy just drove in. Panel's probably as hot as you could be. And my first foam is just going to be a pre-soak. There you have it. Plenty of foam on the car, and look at that. Right about half a foam cannon, arguably a little bit more than half left. I'm gonna save this for my second foam. This is just the pre-treat, or the pre-soak rather. Again, better than a pre-rinse. You never wanna pre-rinse your car, even when it's really dirty. And here's the key too. A lot of people freak out about dwell time of the soap. You wanna give it as much time to dwell on the surface as possible. I say 3 to 5 minutes. If you're in Arizona, it's 114 degrees outside and you're crazy enough to wash your car, it's probably not gonna be 5 minutes. If you're in California, like today, and it's 80 degrees, you might be able to get closer to that 5 minutes. And what you will see is you will start to see the soap dry up, and it's taking the dirt with it, okay? Taking the dirt with it. So I'm gonna let this dwell for a few more minutes, and then I'll rinse it off, and then I will do another foam bath, and that should give us pretty much a touch-free option. Again, non-coated car. Who knows when the last time this has even been washed? Probably never. It still has paper plates. It's probably never been washed since new. Definitely not ceramic coated, not maintained, not really cared about. It doesn't serve that purpose, and so I'm very interested to see how well the Super Soaper does. All right, so this is where you want the car to look. It's just about starting to dry on the panel, but it's ready to rinse. Again, this is the initial rinse. So the question is, could you stop there? And the answer is probably. It's probably good enough. But again, some of the yellow little pollen things have been loosened up, but they're not all the way gone. And so they're definitely loosened. Again, probably needs a contact wash, but I'll foam it up again, see how close we can get it. And even if it's not 100% touchless, the important part is that we've loosened up the dirt and the grime that's been bonded to the paint. Again, that's why I have that decon package as well. Adding a little bit of Pure Magic Cleaner probably would have been a great idea to get a totally touchless. But the whole idea is to get it as safe as possible, break down that dirt and debris, and make it as, if you do need to go in for a contact wash, make it as safe as possible. This would be safe enough now to go in with a contact wash if you wanted to. Again, for the purpose of this video, I'm just gonna foam it and see how good we can get it. I've also managed to foam myself in the process. And I still even have some soap left, so I'm not going to use it, but less than a full foam cannon for 2 complete washes. Again, now the majority of the dirt has been completely broken down. So if you did want to go in for a contact wash, this would be a perfect time to do it. You don't need a bucket, 1 bucket, 2 bucket. You don't need any buckets. You could go in with just a microfiber towel, flip the sides, use a couple towels, do a complete contact wash. But I'm going to let this dwell a few more minutes, and then we'll rinse it off and see what we're left with. All right, let's see how we did before I hit the drying towel. Look at that. Basically nothing on there. Basically nothing on the surface. So this car is now completely safe to clean, or sorry, dry. We're seeing a little bit of residue from the water, but this car is squeaky clean. So I'm going to go through and dry it with the drying towel, and then it'll be ready to be protected with something like Tough as Shell. And that's how you can clean a black car direct sun without ever touching it, except for the drying phase, of course. But this car looks pretty good. There's looks really good. A lot of contaminants. We're gonna pull it in for some polishing and stuff like that, but I will make sure to link everything below, including the decon bundle. So make sure to check that out. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys on the next one. See ya.